Solo leveling, right? Right. So, for those who don't know what solo leveling, it's a South Korean book by a guy that was turned into a webcomic, not the guy, the book. And, basically, it was turned into a webcomic by a studio, more commonly known as Red Ice. And then, by gaining large amounts of interest at Sillies, it got an anime adaptation as well, so that's cool. Apparently, it isn't, but okay. So for the story part of it all, basically they live in this gangsta paradise city world fantasy thing, where for some reason magical holes that they call gates have popped up, and now they have a monster dungeon problem. Right. Who doesn't? Everyone does. And some people fear them, the monsters, some people want to go into the dungeons, the holes, the gates, and wrestle with the monsters all oiled up. Of course they do. And the main guy is just a little guy who has fuck all to provide. He's got a dead dad, a sick mother, and a big boobed sister that you can probably find most of the fan art of if you add a special double-digit number to her name. But you know, the little beta male guy who wants to hunt the monsters, he wants to do it to earn some money for his decaying mother, and suddenly he gets chosen by the big monster pimp, and now everyone wants to be him and fuck him, and he's going on his Chad mission to save the day and the world, apparently. And this whole thing, it finally has gotten its anime adaptation released. Well, kinda. And you can watch it on Crunchyroll. Hooray! Or so I thought, you know. I enjoy watching stuff that people have made from absolutely nothing into a big something, right? It's like I was really interested in watching Solo Leveling too, as the art style seemed really cool, and I really loved the idea of seeing it all come to life, because the trailer was nice, the art from the comic, it was good, like I liked it was pretty nice. And the problem is I haven't read the original, and I don't have any previous knowledge of the plot. But I think so do most of the people watching the animated version, because of the big-ass smiling statue Fonk edits last summer, with a ton of slideshow material-ass comments underneath them, who are raging about how women don't want to suck them off instead of shaking hands when meeting them for the first time, and that the statue is them when they whip out their enormous schlong and wrap it around their necks like Toji's worn, while leaving the girl begging for their forgiveness, because of course they do. And honestly, I was also one of the people lured into watching Solo Leveling by the statue animation. Am I also raging about wearing my dick like a scarf? No, not so much really, but that's beside the point. Anyways, the series, they release weekly, with an episode at the end of every week in total for the first season. There apparently are 12 episodes planned, which now being at episode 5 puts us at almost halfway through the first season so far. Nice. But it's so fucking shit. Like, I'm so disappointed. The plot so far is something that I can only imagine some die-hard anime fan incel dreaming about and then waking up all wet and crying about it. I started watching it with the hopes of it being at least somewhat down to earth, like plot-wise. But it isn't. It feels to me that the whole fucking point is just jerking off to your fantasy life of world domination. Like, who the fuck wrote this? It's like fucking Hitler wrote it or something. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, the art part of it, well, the animation, it's lovely. It's nice. It's nice to look at. It's smooth. It's cool. Like, the fight scenes are nice. The characters, they look nice. It's cool. It's nice. But oh my god, what the fuck is the plot? The main guy, right? He starts off with nothing on him. He has a shit weapon and is basically just a walking shitpost, who looks really more like the beta male versus alpha chud memes from 4chan than anything. Because everything is bad for him. Like, he has a shit life. He still got the girl interested in him though. I mean, of course he fucking does. He wants to become a gangster monster slayer. So, you know, he does just that. And then, boom, magic happens. He goes into another dungeon, and there he meets the Fonk statue. Rah! Which just turns him and some of his mates into a meat salad. But of course he wakes up and fine. Like, all of the other people who were killed there, they're dead. No more. But of course, he's alive and well. Like he basically put himself in the dungeon as the last person because he let the other people go, and he just stayed there, and he was like, oh no, I'm going to sacrifice myself because I'm so worthless and I'm such a little guy. And of course he wakes up alive and well. Why not? So now he's seeing a video game screen, which no one else so far is able to see, just him, and it's just giving him like things to do and challenges and whatever. And suddenly he's an insane Chad. Like he can fight off monsters like nothing. He can make weapons just spawn into his hand, and he can make the monsters piss off with just the whistle of his fart. And he starts working out, and in like the span of weeks of hardcore edging, he has become a lot more Chadder. No, that's fucking cheese. No, he has become much more Chad, right, than before. And the nurses at the hospital he was staying at want to fuck him now because he's so oily and muscly and awooga guy. Like, I swear to God, like okay. He gets discharged, right? His fanart favorite sister is surprised that he's such a Chad, because of course she is. But then, like, immediately they split again, because of course, why do we need anyone else on the screen if we have Mr. Chad over here? Like, obviously. So now he's much more gangster, but in theory, he still is known as the lowest of the low, as he hasn't shown anyone his level of Chad yet. So he goes to another dungeon with some crazy gym bros and this annoying little rich kid with golden tits, and he gets his chance to show off his gangster level to everyone else by being very serious and acting like he would type before any point he would be about to make, and they compliment him on his big brain abilities, predicting shit or whatever. Like, he sounds like he's this guy from 4chan who's just started going to the gym and read one book, and like he's talking to his little 4chan Reddit bros, and that's it. That's the end of the 4 episodes. I don't know, like, it's so targeted at a specific group. Like, I just genuinely, I don't understand how anyone can watch this and think that this is like truly the peak of human creation. There is a shit ton of money put into this, many hours of work, many people, like the amount of effort that is being put into the series coming to life. I just don't think that it's like comparable to the plot, like the quality of the plot. The plot is just, it's so shit. It has nothing to it. It's so basic. Like, no, I mean, maybe my point is absolutely shit. You know, maybe I'm the one in the wrong here, but like, I don't understand how no one has complained about it being so fucking stupid. Like, maybe I just haven't read the original. Maybe it's different. Maybe it would be better if I did, but I didn't. So maybe I should read it. But I'm quite sure that it will be the same, because like it is the same. It comes. The anime is made from the fucking manga, like not manga, manhwa. I don't fucking know, like comic. Yes. I'm sure that, like, if any diehard fans of Solo Leveling would listen to my rant, they'd probably tell me that I dislike it just because I'm not as gangster as the main little Chad Pookie boy. Well, like, sorry, I have to break it down for you, man, but like, my goal is not fighting monsters in magic holes and like get the awooga eyes from nurses that are taking care of me at the hospital. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe all this is for nothing, and nothing that I said makes sense. But I don't know. Like, go watch it yourself. Go watch Solo Leveling, and I don't know, make your own opinion about it. Maybe you will like it. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason to like it. Maybe it's like, maybe there's a thing in the plot that I haven't noticed. I don't know. Make of that what you will. Go and watch it for yourself. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. That's it.